Welcome to CATtheMinion Patreon channel. My name is Theresa, but you can call me Cat. This is going to be a September monthly deep dive horoscope reading for Sagittarius. This reading is based on my life purpose reading. If you want to get one for yourself, it's $101. Now the difference is that I'm taking out the oracle card, well, the extra cards that would normally be oracle cards, and I'm using the charms instead. The meat of the reading is going to be 3 sections with past, present, and future columns. And one is like a life overview, work, which is what you do, and then relationships, which is how you do it. So it's who you are, what you do, and how you do it. And for some reason, when I went to get cards for Sagittarius, I got 3 oracle decks here. I got the Mystical Shaman Oracle, I've got the Work Your Light Oracle, and I've got my phrase deck that I made. Okay, so this is wrong. Alright, so past, present, future. I'm going to get these set up here on camera. I did clear and shuffle the cards in the box of charms, so we're ready to go here. Oh, that one fell out. So that line is the future of relationship, potential future. And this is the present. And past. The ghost of relationship past. This came out. Oh, there's 3 of them there. Alright. It's a lot. So this is the potential future of work. I think I'm gonna, these cards are all wider, so I'm gonna have to move this. I'll check the adjustment of the camera after. We had a little thunderstorm and it made the air so humid. I have sweat like rolling off me. It's awful. Yeah, I just got sweat on the back of the card too. Just do this here for a minute. Present, work. Not very often, but once in a while when I go to get cards for something, they'll all be oracle cards, or and not as often, I'll be having a reading with tarot and oracle, and it'll end up being all tarot decks. But when it's all oracle cards, it's a little bit funky. But we'll get there. Sweat dripping down my ear, it's so gross. Disgusting. Nope. Okay. And the potential future of life purpose overview. So when I say life purpose, this is for the month of September, so it might not be like the whole kit and caboodle of your entire life purpose. It might be like a cross-section slice. Of the portion of your life purpose that's coming into focus during this time frame. Wow, I'm getting bitten by something. Okay, I guess that one's staying in the challenge position. Running out of room. I might have to move the camera to the corner a little bit better. Drenched in sweat. Another pile of 3 cards. So whatever's going on, there's a lot to be said in the mind of Sagittarius. I feel like I'm boiling. Okay. And we're going into the past of the overall. That's great because my chest just locked up. I got one on the floor. Fork found. Okay. I'm not taking all 3 of those. Let me see what's in here. I think I'm missing just the one line here. Let's see if I can get this without my camera getting tangled up or falling over. Trying to see if it'll let me get this in the view if it's lower. I think that might, it doesn't fall off the table or tip over. Okay. Alright, so you can kind of see everything there. Let me check the focus. Okay. Now I was going to say, in this reading, I felt compelled to drop the charms on top of the reading before I started, and I'm still debating that. I think I will, just for the novelty of it. It's too hot. So you know the humidity is awful when you get that like sweat on the side of your shoulders. Ugh. Okay. Steam machine. I'm just gonna get stuck in the thing now. think that's it. Nope, maybe not. Whoa, that one went all the way into the floor. Okay. Nope. Okay, I think that's... Nope. Just when I thought I was done. Okay, I gotta find that one that fell on the floor. Got them scattered all over the friggin' table now. Hopefully none of them fell down the crack either. Put this over here. Find that one. Shit, where did they go? Where did they go? Probably fell in my bag of trash paper. Watch it find a little tiny fucking thing. All the way on the floor. Under my painting. I think it went down the bag. Oh, am I really gonna have to dig through there? Fuck. I think so. All the places for a thing to fall. I'm gonna stop this for a second. Okay, so after digging through the entire bag of garbage paper, I found the no symbol. Okay. A little bit of throwing caution to the wind, I guess. Now, interestingly, this top hat landed next to the camera lens, so it's like I want to look fancy for something. Additionally, off to the side, sorry, I just burped a little bit. I was drinking beer. Off to the side on the edge near the hat, I have, this is a cell phone, it's like texting. It's like, I'm gonna throw caution to the wind and text somebody about something to do with being fancy. Like, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to put my best foot forward and make some kind of connection. Now, off on the edge down on the bottom, I have the shower and a turtle. Both involving water, both involving emotion. So it's sort of wild and deep, and then sort of controlled and in little bursts. Hanging off the end over here, I have the sunglasses. Sometimes I get the future's so bright I gotta wear shades. But there's also this idea of I'm trying to protect myself from the light. And I'll see what these mean more when I get into the reading. I'm going to have the trowel off to the edge on the end here. This is like an alternate Ace of Swords for me. But again, with the turtle, it's like going deeper. I need to dig for the truth. A spade. The Ace of Spades! The Ace of Spades! It's all the something you'll ever need. Okay, so we're looking at... Still, like, I was sweaty before I had to go digging for that little frickin' thing. Oh, goddamn, alright. Where are we at? So I'm looking at the overview of the life purpose. This toque. I feel like it goes here. Okay. So I have the crow. Why do I always blank on what this is? This is number 13. I feel like this has to do with illusions, but let me check. Can't just slip over the other cards now because they've got stuff on them. Okay. Keeper of universal law of the truth. Walk your talk. Speak truth, create truth instead of searching for it. Okay? So it's like I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to put my best foot forward, and I'm going to dig for the truth. I'm going to stop presenting garbage. And I'm bracing for a recoil a little bit. Now, this card here in the middle... Let me get these charms off of here for a second. The Blade. Okay, so this is also similar to the Ace of Swords. Number 6. So I see 6 and 13 together. That tells me the sun, which is why we probably have these sunglasses here. It's also like goggles, like if you're going to chop something up. We have the Blade here. So this is the dichotomy of surgery versus murder. It's sort of... You can cut or you can decorate the cake. Sharpness of mind, body, spirit. Summoning the power of heaven. It is not auspicious to hesitate, to waste time in idle talk, or hide from the inevitable. So there's an idea of you might not be putting yourself fully into the truth because you're afraid of hurting people. Now what's coming out here is the happy face, but it's a mask. You have a shield. And I just got a little bit of What is Love, Don't Hurt Me by Hathaway. I have the F-bomb. It's like, fuck it. And going the other way, I have the Watch. Right, so it's like, time is up. You need to get your shit together and stop pretending to just be super nice all the time, right? I need protection. What if I hurt somebody? But you're going to be dropping some truth bombs here. Fucking truth. Now this other card here. Ah, there she is, the Jaguar. My favorite card in this deck. Whenever I see her as 4 chariots, like Ezekiel's wheel. She's grounded into the earth. She's primal. And she came with the children. The duality of the inner child. 2 and 8 is 10. And 6, 16, the Tower. 13 breaks down to 4. That's 20. That's Judgment. Let me just skim the Jaguar. Jaguar, kitty, kitty, meow, meow. High Priestess and Strength or Justice as well. Protector. The top of the food chain. Like a boss. Knows the way beyond death and is the master of shadows, blending invisibly between light and dark, night and day. Go outside your normal routine to push your limits and boundaries. Right? So this could actually be a boundary as well. We're throwing the boundary into the trash. Recycling that bitch. She's delivering an invitation from your own future to investigate the unknown. To venture into the mystery and the dark places you've been reluctant to explore. To toss all caution to the wind. I fucking said that. And it's very instinctive. I also see it as very grounded. Okay. So in order, you can't just be nice to everybody all the time. That's not being in line with the darkness, and it's also not speaking your truth, right? You've got to go deeper into the darkness. You've got to get down into that depth. You have to plumb the depths of the truth and then communicate it, right? People aren't going to be mind readers. So this is what the past is of the overall purpose. So it's like saying in the past, Sagittarius has been a little bit shy to use their fire to sling those arrows at anybody lest they bounce back. Okay. So this cowboy hat is teetering on this center pile, but it's not actually supposed to be there. But we'll look at the present here. Grounding of the heart center, which is getting the emotions to go deeper, and then this jaguar energy is also grounding as well. I have 18, the moon, breaking down to 9, which tells me the hermit going inside, but also Virgo energy, which is where the sun is right now. This is in the challenge position, so we're struggling to get in there, but we're trying. Okay, so I guess that goes here. Okay. The central card here, sacrifices, paying of karmic debt, and we also have Neptune association here. Now Neptune's currently in retrograde. I have the number 99. So I also see I got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I think that version of the song. Okay. So we're actually trying to get into this, okay, I know I need to do something energy. Now, interestingly enough, I have this winter hat, which kind of looks like a turtle shell here. And, oh, this one's the coffee going the other way. It's sort of like, don't wake me up, I'm putting on my thinking cap and I'm gonna dive. Alright, so it's speaking of diving, there's the narwhal. Oh, come on, cards. Okay. So we have a fucking paragraph over here. Your reputation... Oh my god. My throat chakra just crapped out. Your reputation precedes you. Number 92. So the difference between the sacrifices and the reputation of sort of being a pushover, just nice to everybody. The difference is 7, right? A movement of some sort. Your reputation precedes you. I didn't fully believe, with a reference to a dragon. So that's fire energy. And then we have 7 here, the difference, with a new beginning in the middle. Are they poisonous? So now we have 18 and then 7 again. Okay. So we're like, oh, I heard you were kind of nice to everybody. Like, I didn't believe you would ever be different. Like, wait a minute, are you trying to kill me? But I have the narwhal going the other way. So what I have is like a truth and like a sword with an emotional thing, water, and also this sort of sonar type energy. And going to the North Pole, right? That's where the narwhals are up there. This sort of ability to get to that peak, that well, North Node, which is currently Gemini, but the South Node Sagittarius. And I have dollar bills, dollar bills, dollar bills, y'all, with the T. T cash, T money. Trying to figure out what this, like a rebus puzzle. Something about, like, something yourself to a T. I'm also getting this idea of investing in stocks. Interesting. Or taking stock of the situation. Wow, okay, that was weird. Taking stock of the situation. It's like, you know, maybe somebody thought they could pull one over on you, but now they realize they touched something that was hot, and they're like, am I gonna die? What? Okay, so this future potential for the overall life purpose, where does this yin yang is right in between, and I feel like it needs to go here. Okay. I need the sugar over here to go with the tea. Okay. Future potential. The the initiation. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Okay, so we have a delay or confusion about some sort of like going through this portal of, you know, basically growing a backbone, or not being afraid to tell people how it is. It's that 0 that came up in the 403 over here. Okay, so I have a sugar cubes in a bowl. I have the back of the credit card, so this is the details, like the finer details, personal details. And then I have this cowboy hat, which to me indicates like traveling. I'm getting this sort of like passport to the sweet life. Oh, again with details. So I got Gizmo over here. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay. People walking all over you, always giving to make sure that nobody hates you. That's a boundary where your energy is being siphoned off of you. So I have the Polaroid here. It's like, okay, let me take stock of what I'm doing right away. I don't want to sit on it. I need to figure this out. And then here I have Gizmo. It's pay attention to the details. You know, there's you might not have a lot of rules, but you need to set up at least a couple for yourself. Boundaries. Midnight, water, snacks, right? Okay, dance with life. Do something to change your energy. So again, we have a portal here, and we have this idea of movement, of that 7 chariot number. The shift, we have moon energy here as well, 18. Also confusion and delay. Although delay might just mean further in the future. It's going to take a little longer going to be a longer distance travel, right? Passport is going somewhere else, okay? So I have a phone here. I have a calendar, so I'm getting time and trying to dial something in. I have the tetrahedron, so we're dealing with a structure. And then also the icosahedron, so we're trying to expand our boundaries, right? Give ourselves some breathing room. And then I have a tulip here. It's sort of like, I'm getting the idea of friendship, of like being kinder to yourself. Okay. Let's start another segment. I know these are like pretty out of focus, but I'm going to hold them up to as close as I can to the camera. Okay, so for this work, this is like what's being worked on related to life purpose over the next month. So this longer distance here, it might take until October to fully get over what's going on here. It might take until November, right? Because that's the time of Sagittarius. But we're dealing with, you know, we need to take a little extra time to secure our boundaries before we flip our energy. like before the nodes switch back or something. So for the past of work, we have the circle, which is an 8. I think this has to do with working with other people, but I have an umbrella. You know, like I'm an empath. I don't want other feelings fucking all over me. Stop raining all your crap onto my energy field. Like, hold up. And number 8. Unification, interconnectedness, a sense of continuum. We are all one. Dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. The evolving self, ever-changing. Connected to everything and everyone, including spirit. You count and you have purpose in this world. Even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life, right? But you don't want it to be a fake smile where you're being nice all the time, even if people are trying to stab you in the back. Invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life. Your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Okay? So it's also about maintaining this dance. So it's saying, like, in the past, you're trying to have a connection, but there's a lot more raining down on you than you thought was supposed to happen, right? How are you supposed to dance in the rain, in the mud pile? So we have the Tree of Life inverted, 58. So now I have 13 and 8 and 5, which is a pivot as well. This is about connecting the lower world and the upper world, with the roots, with the sky, and being present in the center. But it's inverted. So in the past, we're having trouble connecting to everything because of this sort of disconnect. Let me look this up here. 58. What nutrients do you need to add to your soil to grow strong? What dreams do you want to awaken to create a mindful destiny? Reflect on how you want to blossom, the kind of fruit you want to produce, and where you want to sow your new seeds. Right? It's calling to be more conscious in the energy that you're creating, which is why it comes in with number 13, a transformation, a release, you know, some sort of a reckoning of, you know, if you put all your energies into being a happy clown and being like, I'm fine, then your creativity is going to lose the flow. Oh, okay, so I have a ruler on here and the DNA and this yin-yang symbol. I have the mittens going the other way, which interestingly enough go with the winter hat. It's like removing the protection. It's like getting your hands into it. You're not worried about burning them or freezing them or anything. You're trying to uphold this balance and actually have the happy and the sad, the light and the dark, the cold and the hot. I feel like this ruler, come on. I feel like the ruler and the DNA here are like the same thing. It's like a ladder of measuring progress. Like time after time, I need to like mutate in some way. I need to expand my light. I need to like replicate what helps me move forward. I need to expand. So we have 61 water. So, I mean, evidently emotional stuff. We also have this circle here. But I see number 7 again, which tells me the Chariot, Cancer energy. 61. Purification, regeneration. There we go. Regeneration, the DNA. Revival, cleansing. Evolutionary shift from former self to new self, right? We're trying to go into a place where we're a new person, where we're balanced. Water begins without boundaries, right? So in the past, in our work, we didn't have boundaries, and we're trying to gain them so as not to be emotionally drained by everyone around us. You're invited to watch your emotions, know they are going to be changeable, do not settle on a conclusion at this time. Joy and sadness, ebb and flow of events. Trust you can ride the wave of opportunity. Natural flow. So it's the natural movement. So I have a llama here, if I can pick it up. Llama. God damn it. Llama. And the UFO. Now the UFO is essentially my chariot in the charms. The llama is sort of like climbing the mountain, basically. Like I'm trying to ascend to a higher place. Make a sweater. The mittens. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Okay. So I have in the present tense of the work, I was wrong to avoid you. 295. 14 and 2. 16. Towerish moment. 11 and 5, a shift. So I was wrong to avoid you. So I have the sword here that tells me I was wrong to avoid the truth of my emotions. Oh wow, I got a battery and a flashlight together. That's amazing. Amazing. I had to stop it. 17 and 6. So I see 16 surrounding movement, like a tower with movement. This was a tower as well. And I have 8 and 6 is 14 balance. Okay. So I have the flashlight and the battery, right? I couldn't see where I'm going because my energy is drained by just letting people take what they want from me. And then I'm melting as you hold me, 33, breaking down to 6, which can be healing. And incidentally, I have a thermometer here, which is similar to the ruler in the DNA. I'm melting, right? It's toasty. Then I have this necklace. And I see that I had mentioned in a previous reading at some point that the clasp for a necklace is like little hands holding each other. Which is interesting. It's like I feel warm and fuzzy inside when I allow myself to speak my truth. So the potential future. Don't dim to fit in, right? The flashlight. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? It's exactly like this right here. Oh, the t-shirt. That tells me something about, I usually feel like it's something about being comfortable. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Okay. A challenge or a delay. It's like I need to put on a suitable outfit to go out in nature. I need to get some like sneakers or a shirt or whatever. Like I need to get ready. I need to get grounded. Now T also comes back to this T here. What is a T? It's a little bit like the shape that the hangman thing that he hangs on is hanged on. Right? I'm a little bit off. is this? What is that? Sure. I'm trying to figure out what this t-shirt's supposed to be. Oh, okay. When you feel like you're having the wool pulled over your eyes, you need to, especially to get grounded. Is this? Oh, these are the holly berries again. It looks like a bat. It's driving me nuts today. So this might mean during the time of Sagittarius, because it stops right before Christmas. So we have mirror, who or what is triggering you, and then we have answer the call, what is your soul calling you to do, in the invert. This is slightly mirrored as well. It's like I'm getting a signal that coming into the near future here, again, possibly November, like that calendar suggested, that I'm going to be dealing with this struggle of what am I, like, what do I, like, getting grounded and answering the call is part of the same thing. But what's triggering you that I want to be noticed for me? I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't want to pretend I'm someone I'm not. And it's like a pause for reflection, like this water in the past is calling you to do. Wow, I'm leaning over way too much. Okay. So in terms of how you do things and or relationships in the past, we have Pachamama, number 40. Now, I think she has to do with like creation and manifestation. We have 4, a foundational number with 0, the Fool, or 4 completions. But we also have this toilet. It's like a royal flush. Let me see what this says, because I haven't had that card for a minute. 40. Unconditional love that the earth has for all her children. Stones, plants, animals, etc. The goddess of earth pervades all creation. Okay, so it has to do with being pulled down into the physical body. Joy and pain we taste in our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. Now is the time to eat right, love right, and be joyous regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. Be grateful for your life and your body and all that nourishes you. Now, it's not saying to be fake happy about it, though. It's to sort of actually comprehend the opportunities that you have. You know, and it says to sort of appreciate this with an act of service, like planting a tree, working on protecting the ocean, and so on. But it's also this idea of if you work on your own health, it radiates energy outward and mirrors it to the world and says you're valuing yourself by not letting people steal your energy, and it helps you have more energy to push out into the world freely, which creates this feedback where your own health improves and then the earth's health improves, and you're able to contribute more by going out in nature and getting grounded, and then appreciating the ground for helping you with your energy as well. Notice that this earth thing is right near there, right? So the flush is a little bit like the shower. It's like I'm getting rid of all this crap, right? I don't need your crap anymore. I'm getting rid of it. I'm going to go say hi to my mom over here. The Gatherer, 21. So this goes right into that. It's this idea of like taking what you need and honoring the earth and not exploiting resources and giving back in some way. So you have this hand with the ring on it, and then I have these headphones with the letter R on them as well. Dead ringer. Okay, so it says the gatherer is the provider as well. So we have a provider, and then I think the jaguar was a little bit in that energy as well. Gatherer finds abundant seeds, nuts, berries, and wild greens where the ordinary person sees only barren soil. It also said that the tree isn't going to grow in crap soil, too. So you don't need to hoard resources. Like, people don't need to hoard energy, but they also don't need to hoard your energy. It's also this idea of, like, collecting for winter, of making sure that you have enough nutrients to go for a little while, right? It's feeding your body, it's storing your battery, it's putting energy in. It's the idea of food is energy resources, of building up a little bit of a backlog so you're not going to burn out all the time. A triple whammy here. The spiral inverted 50, the Earth Keeper, not surprised to see that with the other two, 18. And then we have Wild Woman, 62. So we have this breaking down to an 8, breaking down to a 9, and then instead of 40, we now have 5 completions with a spiral and a pivot with the with the 0. 6 and 2, Healing and High Priestess inverted. 1 and 8, Magician and Strength or Justice. So the Earth Keeper is kind of like a combination of these two cards. It's sort of just reiterating it, but I also feel like it's trying to unify these opposites that are like out of balance. It's trying to suck them together, to have this free-spiritedness and to have this energy expansion in a natural rhythm as well. Let me just skim Wild Woman. I don't really need Spiral because it's kind of self-explanatory. So Wild Woman inverted is talking about excesses. You may be trapped in obsessive thinking or behavior, looking for release in all the wrong places. True release comes from trusting the fluidity of life, which was already present in this reading. You do so... Oh, okay. Just as a river needs its banks to flow through, so too do you need boundaries around your thinking and behavior. Okay, the spiral came in inverted, so let me see what the medicine is for that. Descent into the depths and a rebirth, which was already also mentioned in the reading. Okay, and it talks about grounding as well. Now I have the high heel here, which is sort of like fancy walking, or trying to go somewhere with a little bit higher perspective. And then going the other way was this trash chicken here, this pigeon, which could also be like a carrier pigeon or a messenger pigeon. Check the Earth Keeper too, because I feel like that has to do with that. Why is this here? I feel like it goes with the top hat, like putting your best foot forward and sort of working on the delivery of the message of cleaning up your own area and trying to deal with your own darkness. And while you want boundaries for others to not come at you, you also want to give yourself reasonable boundaries as well. which will help guide you in your path. So in the present, for this relationship, interaction, how you do things area, we have, I'm not sure what you're getting at with a potential side comment of math is hard ? Right? It's like, this isn't adding up for me, I don't get it. So I have 177, so I have 17, the star 7 movement, or 14 and balance and the magician, or 15 total the devil. I'm a little bit chained down here, I don't get it. Now I have this halo here, right? Crown chakra, trying to be enlightened, and I have a doorway. The door is closed though. We have a gateway. And then, oh, this is funny. What was going the other way is the Kama Sutra. What is the... I'm getting a little bit of like Stairway to Heaven. And she's buying the stairway to heaven. Also getting a little bit of like because this book that came out on here is the Kama Sutra and not the other books, it's giving me this idea of like the little death, because we have like the halo with wings, which you would normally see like on a dead person, and then this doorway, which could be, you know, again, it could be to heaven or to hell or wherever you think you're gonna go, but it's like am I gonna die if I open up to more love in my life for myself? Kind of. I'm like, wait, how, wait, what am I doing? Like, I be nicer to me? I don't get it. It's like, there's nothing wrong with my sacral chakra. What are you talking about? Speaking of the sacral chakra, here's a pair of shorts. So this other card. Obsessed with your stories, social media, or manipulation. 432. So we have 7 and 2, or 5 and 4, or 9 all together. So we could have this High Priestess energy with Moon and or Neptune. We could have Emperor and Empress energy. We could have the Chariot, which is Moon again. Virgo energy, the Hermit. So obsessed with your stories. And I get this as like short stories, which would especially be social media. Like, you're not giving me the whole like deal of this. Now all these other charms are going the other way. So this is like 10 of Swords. This is stick a fork in me, I'm done. I have the octahedron. I feel like that might be air. I have the fire hydrant. I have this crystal spikes here, which can be pentacles. And then I have death. Right. It's like when I see your short stories, it's killing me over and over again. I'm getting emotionally heated up. I'm having trouble figuring out like which way to go, and I'm having a hard time knowing if this is real or not. A little bit of 8 of Swords energy. Whether you know it or not, you need their guidance. Pay attention to time shifts and synchronicities perhaps a significant time zone. 294. Okay, so 6 and 3 combines to 9. 9 and 2 is 11, and 4 is 15, breaking down to 6. So you need the guidance of the shifts and synchronicities. There's something to do with timing, and this comes out with the boombox, right? It's like, are you listening? Let me turn this shit up, okay? So instead of focusing on what your input you're getting from other people in the present and having a hard time understanding them or your own needs, it's look for synchronicities. Stay tuned, like what's coming in on the radio, what numbers are coming up. The universe is trying, and your higher self is trying to communicate to you, right? So in your relationships and interactions and how you're doing things, focus less on others and more on yourself. Okay, and in the future, I think that's the crystal ball there. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Right? So this whole thing about the life purpose and the way you're working with people might be like, why is everyone always out to get me? Or why is everyone always ignore me? I want to, like, I feel unheard or abused, or everybody just wants what they can get from me. Any of those kinds of things. Stuff that you go through in life isn't to torment you. It's this idea of being put into your body so that you can gain knowledge, that like practical knowledge that you wouldn't be able to get by reading about it in the Kama Sutra. So here we have the crystal ball and the cube. Now the cube here is like the physical world, and the crystal ball is sort of like the spiritual world, right? I am manifest, but I am leaning more into my psychic abilities and into my own energy to understand why this is all happening. What am I doing? Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms, right? That's going back to here. It's like once you start paying attention to the synchronicities, this whole thing opens up for you. Breaking the chain, ancestral patterns, healing and rewriting the future, okay? So that can be the DNA, it can be these boundaries, and then flipping up these new energies. This is actually really positive. Getting help from the Council of Light, we're unfolding this, we're being ourselves, we know we need to ground, we know we need to answer this call of breaking the chain, and there was 15 devil energy in here, so there's a lot going on here in these energies. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. For Sagittarius during the month of September, and for the next few weeks here, we're going to be in the Virgo Sun energy, which is adding a little candle underneath those nodal energies of Gemini and Sagittarius. Okay. So that's it for the reading. If you want to, I think that works faster if I dump all the charms on at first, even though I have to keep moving them. Alright. So if you want to get a personal reading, you can email me. Oh my god, that's terrible. Zoom in and not mess up the thing. That's close enough. Alright, you can email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com. Down here. I have a complete list of readings and how much they cost in the description box of my infomercial video on like the YouTube at large, and I'll try to remember to put the link down below. It's also linked on most of my public videos, and the thumbnail looks just like this. And then I've got the actual items in the catalog, and you should be able to see the catalog post on Patreon here. I also have merch and prints. and coloring books. If you want to contribute more than just being on Patreon, you can always donate paypal.me/CATtheMinion, and I have Cash App and Venmo. So stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.